iHeart Studios Digital Network. We are coming to you straight from Calla Lily Studios in Stamford, Connecticut. So if you need some custom photography done, some portraits, some headshots, come do it at Calla Lily Studios. I am your host, Michael Dolce, as always joined by my co-host extraordinaire, Mr. Hassan Godwin. How are you doing, sir?
You didn't even tell me we were going to record. You didn't even say go.
I didn't.
You just started talking.
That's right.
So now everyone's going to see me looking like confused and distant. Lost.
Well, that's generally what you are anyway. So I think it kind of works. It works pretty well for us. I think.
My feelings. It really hurts.
Yeah, you know. So I think we're on brand when you're disoriented. You know, I don't think there's any issue with that. So.
This show.
That being said, I just flew in from Comic-Con.
You did not.
Well, a couple days ago.
Yes. Saturday.
And boy, are my arms tired.
I was trying to save you from that joke.
But what's to save? It's a classic. The classics are classics for a reason.
Classics means it's old.
The classics are classics for a reason.
That's literally what classics means. It's old.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I was trying to help you. You have to be contemporary. Be in the now. Be part of now.
So let me tell you something about Comic-Con. Because I was there from Thursday to Saturday.
I don't want to know anything about that.
Our guest,
the whole show for you.
Our guest was supposed to be here, but her flight was canceled. So instead, now she just got back like a day later.
Now you just get to regale me of the tales of Comic-Con.
Exactly.
That's basically how the whole show's going to go. So I'm going to pretend to be interested in a show that I didn't go to.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping for you to do.
Tell me more about it, Michael.
So here's the thing about Comic-Con, right? There was actually a lot of negative buzz going into the weekend.
Negativity?
Yeah, there was negative buzz going into the weekend.
For a big social event surrounded by media and pop culture and stuff like that?
Yes, but it's not necessarily because of the show itself. I mean, people and fans still kind of come together. But we had Emma Loggins on last week, so you can go check us out again on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, YouTube, Facebook. I mean, you can find us pretty much everywhere. Spotify. You can find us and download our previous podcasts. Emma is the creator of Fanbolt. She was there, and she actually coming into the show was like, well, you know, all big studios pulled out.
Right.
There really wasn't, you know, as much fanfare.
Yeah. They were talking about it being lackluster.
Yeah, and so
down in enthusiasm.
So part of it was like, well, I mean, we're gonna go and we're gonna have a good time. It's San Diego. It still is Comic-Con, but it kind of lost a little bit of its like buzz that we kind of had, you know, from years past.
Okay.
And then Tom Cruise shows up on like Friday, and it's like.
So Tom Cruise was there.
Whoa!
And it changed the whole because he's a real star.
Or Thursday, I forget what it was. Yeah.
He was there Thursday.
I think it was Thursday.
I didn't even get any information that he was there Thursday because of the Top Gun trailer.
And then,
did you see the Top Gun trailer? Just to
yes, I did.
Into a little bit?
I did.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
And then Friday, James Cameron shows up for Terminator.
Just as he loses his spot.
Yes.
As the king of all movies.
Yes.
As the king of box office.
Yeah. I mean, so it was like one of these incredible things.
Did you see James Cameron while you were there?
No. I was.
You didn't, because I was going to ask if he seemed
probably
depressed.
hungover and still in the hotel room at some point somewhere. I was doing my job. I was out there.
You don't want to ever tell people that. You want to be like, I was there, man. I was on the ground.
Oh yeah. I slept.
I was miserable. I was sweating. I was getting.
I slept outside Hall H. I was
while it was raining in the rain. Even
I was money,
inside
damn it.
the hall. Okay, so you don't know if James Cameron looked depressed. You didn't? Did you see Tom Cruise?
Oh yeah.
You saw him.
That was a lie. I was just following what you were saying to do before. Because no, I thought we went through this already. Probably hungover, probably in my hotel room. No, I did walk around a lot. Actually, if you go check out my Instagram profile,
walk around a lot of bars.
Go check out @Sire Studios on Instagram. Please like and follow because I took a lot of photos while I was walking around. I took some videos.
I saw many of them.
But mainly I hang out. I mean, to actually get into those panels, I mean, even people with like stellar press credentials aren't getting into those panels. You're still waiting outside.
Okay.
It's not something you necessarily. I mean, if you work for Marvel, like Ryan Penagos, a friend of the show, you get a front row seat.
Right.
If you work in comics, like Victor Dandridge, who is a comic book moderator and actually hosted a panel of himself, he waits outside. 24 hours to get the spot at the show. So it's not something you just automatically get entry to.
It's probably better just to be on the panel than to attend.
Well, next time I'll be in the next Marvel phase. I'm in phase 5.
I'm
in phase 5.
I was going to ask you.
So when Phase 5 takes
So you got a spot in Phase 5. That means I have a spot in Phase 5.
I'll put you on the list.
What?
I'll put you on the list. But anyway, hey, back to what we were saying though. James Cameron shows up. Terminator, Dark Fate, big, huge buzz throughout. And then Saturday, Marvel just blows the doors off of Comic-Con. And in a year, especially when there was no big Marvel or DC movie to actually, spotlight at Comic-Con.
Well, they're coming off the buzz of some.
Oh, understood. No, understood. I'm just saying, Kevin Feige came in and just absolutely. We're showing some shots in the video. I mean, just absolutely just dominated the stage. So, as we like to do, is our yearly tradition.
I'm really upset about the Phase 5 thing, though. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that.
Well, we have to. I mean, we absolutely have to.
Yeah, it's not going to be a pleasant conversation.
No. But I'm telling you right now, it was really sick. So, as we do every year, I want to know who won the weekend at Comic-Con. In addition to all of the wonderful casting that was announced in Phase 4, which we'll get into, Mahershala Ali to star in the Blade reboot, Simu Liu cast as Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi, yeah.
Natalie Portman,
Cast
female
as
Thor,
yes.
Angelina Jolie makes her Eternals debut up on the stage. I mean, there was just a lot of wall-to-wall. Terminator Dark Fate, a lot of buzz there.
Right.
Top Gun. There was a lot of winners and losers. Now, I got this from The Hollywood Reporter. They went through their list of winners and losers, and I want to see if you agree or disagree with their list. So the big winner, obviously, Marvel.
Right.
The studio unveiled its Phase 4 as it dated numerous movies for 2020 and 2021, and slotted its event series, the shows that will debut on Disney Plus. That also tie into the movies.
Okay.
All right, so that was obviously. I mean, I think we can all agree that was without a doubt the big winner of the weekend. I don't think people were literally. I mean, I'm still actually buzzing from the buzz of Phase 4. Like even I'm like, holy cow! I can't believe they did that. Like the Blade reboot, especially being like.
It was about time, though. It's about time. It's a little too bad from the outsider's perspective.
Yeah.
That they didn't say anything about X-Men or whatever, and even though we knew they weren't going to.
Yeah.
Because they just received it, and the last X-Men movie just came out and tanked horribly at the box office. I guess it wasn't the right time to even talk about it,
mm-hmm.
but it's a little sad that they didn't say anything about that. So in lieu of not being able to say anything about X-Men, mentioning Blade is pretty much a big deal.
I think also, and the way that went down,
mm-hmm.
From what I've read now, he literally, Mahershala Ali, called Kevin Feige. He was like, "I want to be Blade," and Kevin Feige's like, "Okay,
you're Blade."
like that's all it took.
Just off Academy Award, just off of award-winning True Detective. Maybe we could fit you in somewhere.
Yeah,
switch it somewhere.
I think we got a spot for you.
How do you think he's going to do compared to?
I think he's going to be amazing, right? Like, look, I think there's a love and there's a nostalgia for things that kind of come before.
Yeah.
I think Blade, the original Blade, is one of the best comic book movies ever made.
Right.
That being said,
because we've seen what happens when you replace the main character in a franchise, in an attempted franchise. Now, Blade had 3 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Hellboy only had 2 movies, and you see what happened.
Yeah,
right?
No, I mean, I definitely think you have issues where there's no trust and faith into what's being done, and it's something radically different. But then there's things like, I don't know, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, where they take a character who previously, and not only that, the previous round of movies kind of flopped. You integrate it seamlessly into the Marvel Universe, and suddenly.
Yeah, but the Blade movies didn't really flop, though. So, I mean, you can argue.
No, but the Tobey Maguire movies are beloved. So, I mean, there's that as well, too.
Right, fair enough. Say what you want.
A loser for the weekend, according to Hollywood Reporter, Veronica Mars.
Really?
Yeah, because...
I'm seeing that all over the streaming services or whatever.
All episodes of the highly anticipated revival are available to stream a week early. Yay! The early drop was a big topic on Friday, and then by Saturday, just not even thought of at that point.
Well, how much oxygen should that take up? They said it dropped. It made a splash when they announced it.
Yeah.
Correct? So then, all right, it did its thing. Were they hoping the buzz was going to last the entire weekend?
I don't know.
In lieu of of Top Gun.
Do you know what's funny?
And Phase 4. Do you think Veronica Mars?
I think what they thought was what everyone else thought, which was, well, there's nothing really big going on here, so we're going to take advantage of this weekend and be the talk of the weekend. And instead,
you got Top Gun and you got MCU.
Yeah,
you got
Terminator and Sarah Connor.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous to bet against Comic-Con.
Yeah,
that's their fault.
Yeah,
but, I mean, how are the ratings doing? Do we know?
Too soon to tell. Obviously, they just started streaming, but I mean, I think the ratings will be fine. It's just in terms of the weekend.
Okay.
In terms of the weekend.
All right.
A winner, Paramount. Tim Miller brought Paramount and Skydance's Terminator: Dark Fate to the panel. It's filled with enough Sarah Connor, and full one-liners to make even the most temperamental of fanboys happy. And the surprise Tom Cruise appearance at the Top Gun Maverick trailer added a particularly nice touch. So Paramount, for sure, big buzz with them. Another big winner, The Witcher, Netflix, Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
First footage was revealed. That seemed to be
that went over pretty big.
Yeah, I think, and I think it's good, and we're going to get into a loser of the show as well too.
I wish we wouldn't talk about me. I wish we would just keep this on topic.
We can't help but talk about you. No, one of the losers of the weekend was Game of Thrones, and I think
I heard about that also. You didn't happen to see any of that, right?
No, but heading into the annual event, the fantasy drama, easily the most anticipated panel because it was supposed to be the showrunners, Benioff and Weiss, appearing. They bailed.
Supposed to get the opportunity to yell at them. And they decided they didn't want to be yelled at for an entire hour and a half.
Yeah, and so essentially, they bailed on it.
I don't blame them. I think that's a letdown, but I don't blame them.
When people ask about what Secrets of the Sire is, I tell them it is sports radio for pop culture. Right? That is my elevator pitch for what we do. And in sports, when you have a bad game, you face the media, and if you don't, you get lambasted for not facing the media.
Yeah, but they would have got lambasted for facing the media, though.
They wouldn't have. If they stood there and answered questions and said, well, this is what we thought we were going into with it. We felt we did this. We tried to do this. Because here's the thing, too, and this is something they have to realize, and they should realize by now. This internet muscles, a lot stronger than face-to-face. I don't care how angry a fan is online, when he or she gets their chance to get in front of the mic and say, I
didn't like what you did.
I don't think
And I didn't think you should have done that to the character. And
I
thought that ending was really weakly written. And
on
I think
Twitter,
you guys suck, and I think the entire show
literally on Twitter, someone will put this up and be like, I hate you, go die.
Yeah.
You're the worst thing that's ever happened.
In person, surrounded by hundreds of thousands of adoring fans, maybe.
I don't agree with your decision. That's the worst you're gonna get. And and here's the thing, even if somebody was as rude in person than on Twitter, they would look bad.
Did they give a reason for not showing up?
No.
They didn't give any reason.
No, but apparently
some
cast members were actually worried for their safety too, is what I heard.
Because of the crowd?
And again...
Okay, hold on. But if the things are bad enough that you could be worried for someone's safety, doesn't it stand a reason that they wouldn't show up? Isn't it, if you know exactly where a disaster is going to be, isn't it your obligation to be someplace else? Isn't it?
But it's not like, okay, here's the thing. It's not like the other cast members didn't bail also. They actually were there. There was a lot of them. There was also an odd and out-of-place PSA about acceptance and threats of panel crashers that was played beforehand. So ultimately, this Game of Thrones panel was just a total and absolute fail from all aspects.
I was still hoping.
My friend Victoria Rao, who
spectacular
is a writer for Zenoscope, I mean, she waited on the line for the panel. She wanted to go to that panel. And garbage. Just absolute garbage. So, yeah, no, total fail. Total fail on their part. So, big loser for the day was definitely that.
So, social media is savaging them now.
And
I've seen some of that.
And rightfully so.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I don't know if I 100% agree with you on that. However, I do agree that it would have been better if they faced the music. But if you know where trouble is going to be, I don't know if I don't know if they could be blamed for not.
I guess.
People literally saying, I can't wait till they show up so I can yell at them about this and that and whatever.
Yeah, that's what people say. But like I said, it's internet muscles. It's not.
I do believe that if they had shown up and they got yelled at, it would have probably made them instantaneously sympathetic.
Absolutely.
Being yelled at, but
absolutely. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
All right, fair enough. So that was it. But what wasn't what's his name? Jamie Lannister was there, right? Nikolai.
Yeah.
And he got booed, didn't he?
I don't know the specifics of the panel. I wasn't there.
Apparently,
but yeah.
he got booed because he was trying to defend them.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying.
But I mean, it's not Gladiator. It's not like people are going to be. It's not like they're going to leash a tiger on you. Like if
it may feel that way though if thousands of people are booing you.
I mean, I guess
it may feel threatening if that's what happens.
I guess I don't know.
And so these guys have first of all, Disney's got the bad spin anyway from The Last Jedi. They're still coming off of that, no matter what anybody wants to say. And so these guys are walking into their new career as being Star Wars content providers. They might not want the bad publicity of having been booed. The last project that they did being so negatively impacted by,
I know. To me, I don't know.
I'm not defending it. I mean, it would have been better. It would have been. We would have had a better story to tell if they actually showed up. But
do you know who was a big winner this weekend too? It was The Walking Dead.
Why?
AMC closed out the panel with a teaser for its Andrew Lincoln-led movies that, in a massive change, will no longer air on AMC first. They'll be released exclusively in theaters via Universal Pictures.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Kill it already with fire. Let it die.
No.
Yes.
Why
how many Andrew Lincoln movies do you know? Do we know how many?
There's going to be 3 apparently.
There's going to be 3.
So a trilogy.
Are all 3 of them in various stages of completion? Or
I don't know the specifics of it. They just the big announcement was that they would be in theaters.
In theaters.
Which I think is actually a really cool thing.
In 2020 or 2021?
I believe it'll be like 2020. Probably like the tail end of probably around if you're a betting man, I would say. Well, actually no. You know what? It could be the summer, for all we know, because.
Any word on that on when that show's gonna stop?
No, but Michonne did confirm that she's
leaving.
out. So she confirmed the rumors. This is her last season.
Oh, so she's still filming. She's gonna stay.
Yeah.
So she's.
But I would suspect you'll see her pop up in one of those films. I would think. She's a big movie star now.
Now she is, yeah.
It makes sense. It makes sense that she might,
She's been on there for what, 8 years, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
Because she started in season 2.
Yeah.
I think. So. Yeah. So almost 11 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely time for her. Watchmen. Did you catch the trailer for Watchmen?
I did.
Here's the funny part. They label Watchmen as a winner. I did not love that trailer.
One thing I saw. And I saw a whole bunch of people saying the same thing. Like, I don't get it. You have to know the mythology of Watchmen. You have to have. I don't know if it's a sequel to the movie or supposedly a sequel to the comic book. Yeah. I know it's supposedly a sequel. It's not an adaptation of the book in and of itself.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going on? I think that's a.
Yeah.
It could come out. It could be the next big Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah.
Even though everybody's anticipating it's going to be something else. It could be the next big thing, so I'm not going to make any predictions. But it's off to a bad start if a majority of the people are saying, I don't know what I'm looking at.
I don't disagree with you at all. I don't disagree with you. Again, for anybody who is checking us out on the Facebook feed or YouTube, we are coming at you live from Calla Lily Studios in Stamford, Connecticut. So go check out CallaLilyStudios.com. Very cool. Very cool stuff. More winners and losers. The Eisner Awards. Now, this one was an interesting write-up here. It's not the winners of the Eisners.
I have an Eisner Award.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Who'd you steal that from?
After Wizard closed down, they left theirs.
Oh, he just nabbed it.
So that's mine now.
It was a good move.
Yeah.
Just scrape it out.
Yeah.
Just scrape it out.
I just left it on it. Nobody reads them, right?
No,
so it's just on my shelf. It
Yeah.
just looks like I have an Eisner Award.
Yeah, I think that's a good deal.
That was my plan. It worked out for me.
It's not this year's Eisner Award winners. That's the problem. It's the day after the awards were given out. Those who attended were talking more about what was wrong with the ceremony than who won any category. Complaints included an ill-considered joke about ICE agents coming for Mad magazine cartoonist Sergio Aragonis.
Nice.
Multiple presenters complaining about the difficulty they had with nominees' names, and commentary about how easy the convention has to be for hot girls. Probably not wrong. Perhaps it's time for a rethink before next year's awards.
We would have been fine if you didn't add a caveat at the end of it. We would have been all right. We would have been able to sidestep that one.
You were happy about that? Yeah.
Yeah. No. Now we can't. Now we're part of it.
I'm okay to be part of it. I think what's
No.
really funny about
Bad to be part of it.
funny about that is that you have mainstream eyes and a mainstream point of view that is taking something that 10, 15 years ago, again, the presenters would not even think twice about. And I think there's more eyes on it at that point.
Yeah, here's the thing, and people always forget this part. Other people don't want to be insulted. You got to consider the people who are offended.
Yes, but I think that at that
you got
point,
to accept that they might actually genuinely be offended.
Yes.
So maybe don't offend them.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think people also have to realize that
Nah, nobody has to realize anything.
Okay. So then the people's feelings who got hurt because they feel bad about what they did, that doesn't matter then. That doesn't matter.
Well, they're the
wrong. Yeah, they're the wrong. I got you.
They're the ones who did the wrong
I
in the
got
first
you.
place.
I got you. I will sit there and tell you, I think the hot girls comment is a little. They have to realize the forum that they're in before making those kind of jokes.
Maybe a little bit.
I think that there's
maybe the fact that everything is meta and nothing is isolated.
Yeah.
And nothing is relegated to the original genre that they think that it's in. The little bubble that they.
Well, that's my
think
point.
in.
That's my point. They're
so
not.
Maybe once it's just like the early days of Twitter, where no one realized it was all a public statement.
Yes.
Until people started losing their jobs left and right.
Yeah.
And now people kind of try to use Twitter appropriately.
Yes.
And less incidents like that happen. Maybe when you're in front of a camera and doing a panel or something like that in a high-profile convention, the biggest convention of the year.
Yep.
Maybe.
No, understood.
You don't have to be politically correct.
I'm not actually disagreeing with you. I think you're right.
Jokes out of it.
I think you're right in the sense that people have to be aware of the time you're in now versus where you used to be, and this used to be this little self-contained bubble.
That's all there is. If everybody's a whiner and everybody complains and everybody gets on everybody else's case and everybody's oversensitive,
yes,
why poke the bear?
I agree. I agree with you.
You decide that people are too sensitive and I'm going to shake things up, then when you get shook by shaking people up, you can't be mad.
I'm just happy you're agreeing that there's just a lot of whiners and complainers out there too.
Sure there are, but then why give them ammunition?
Don't disagree with you. So
then that's their fault.
Bad for the show. Winner, Westworld. Showrunner Lisa Joy and Jonah Nolan pulled the curtain back on
I couldn't possibly
scenes for season 3.
Less interested in the third season.
Trailer for the hype.
You saw that trailer though.
Yeah.
Did that trailer make any sense to you? There was another trailer that was like.
Is that like a new thing? Like it's just like
the trailers just make no.
Like Watchmen was just like. It's just like Rorschach masks.
But
police.
Dozens of Rorschach.
Yeah, it's like this is awesome.
Wait a minute, that's not Rorschach.
No, I don't really know what this means.
Those are the followers of Rorschach. Why is this happening? I do not understand.
The only thing that I liked
What?
about the Watchmen in general is that, and ironically enough, it's not in the trailer. It was outside. And again, go to my Instagram account, Sire Studios. You can check out a shot that I had. There was a building like 6 blocks away.
You were actually outside.
Yes.
You actually did something.
Oh yeah, outside good. Inside, meh. There's an entire Watchmen display set up on the side of a building, and it has the American flag. I did. I did. Yeah. So again, go to Instagram. Go follow me.
It's a lot of
Sire
work.
Studios.
I don't know if I want to do all that, but
and it says nothing ever ends. And to me, that's an awesome. That to me was the best piece of like, okay, now I'm kind of curious to see where it goes.
HBO cancels you, you'll end.
Yes. Yes, but no, to me that's the most interesting thing.
Okay.
Is that okay? So it's definitely a sequel because those are the closing chapter
the
line.
sequel seems to give indication that they actually utilize the squid sequence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a sequel to the movie; it's a sequel to the book.
Did they confirm the squid?
I heard reference. I don't know about whether or not they used the main squid, but there was a reference to space squid.
Yeah.
But many larvae.
Right. The one thing that I thought Zack Snyder did really well was change that one aspect of the squid to
I
Dr.
know.
Manhattan because
I
it
know.
actually it made sense.
They
It's
mentioned he's still on Mars.
Yeah.
That they could still see him
Yeah,
on Mars,
it's just
even though
too
he
much-
was supposed to
right.
go out into the universe.
Right.
Okay, so
you know.
didn't he build a big clock up there?
Yes.
Where was the clock?
And he did, but he tore it all down. So I mean, there's. We'll see.
Okay,
We'll
so
see.
that didn't make any sense. The Westworld trailer totally didn't make any.
No.
Well, it made sense if you knew exactly how the other season ended.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're just saying that they're out of the park now
Mhm.
and they're wandering around and we have to round them up. But I mean, they lost their opportunity to kind of have their long night, storyline.
Yeah.
Like because they. I mean, they ruined that season 2. I'm sorry. Season 2, as far as I'm concerned, whatever through line, a long running narrative of pending danger
Yeah.
of the AIs coming to life and taking over, or whatever they're trying to do, becoming human.
Yeah.
Whatever they were working on or they were building to for season 1 was not working
Okay.
in season 2 because they were too bogged down in pretty much anything that happened in the last 5 minutes of season 1. They were trying to expand on it, and then they were too busy trying to confuse you with weird timelines,
Yeah.
not knowing exactly which timeline you were looking at. So for me, it just kind of ruined it. Now you're saying that it did really well at the show.
That's
So-
what they're saying. I don't know
what do I know?
necessarily. I know. That's
do
what
I
I'm
know?
saying. I personally, I'm sitting there going, I usually have a pretty good,
Gauge on it.
gauge on the pulse of what's going on. And look, sometimes I'm wrong. I mean,
Most
that's
of the time
I
you're wrong.
I
You're
wouldn't.
wrong a lot.
No,
You're
less
wrong
less
often.
less than more.
Often.
Less than more. Pretty much never wrong. Actually, now that I think about
You're
it,
never not wrong.
I am never not wrong. I triple negated your double negative.
You're never not wrong.
Yeah.
Right, gotcha.
But to me, I'm looking at that going, I'm not. I mean, I guess I'm intrigued. We'll see.
You guess. All right.
All right, rounding out
It'll be
the.
something. It'll be stimuli. It'll be something to. And we could be wrong. We'll be here a couple of months from now saying, "Hey, man,
I know.
the opening was terrible, but
Yeah.
the show itself
Yeah.
actually, kind of
I hope that's the case.
I don't really care either way.
Another winner, which I think is actually pretty exciting. They named a couple of actual comic book, genre winners.
Yeah.
Tom King, he swept the Eisners. Batman and Mr. Miracle writer is on a high right now. Not only did he have an almost clean sweep at the Eisner Awards, but his Comic-Con is to be followed by some time in Los Angeles writing the screenplay for Ava DuVernay's New Gods movie.
Nice.
So he's killing it.
Nice.
The X-Men too, apparently
The
in
Eternals,
general.
they're already saying the Eternals are going to give the New Gods a run for its money. Too.
Really?
Yeah, and because it had a great rollout with Kevin Feige's rollout, this little announcement that I'm going to go start writing this versus we are already in the process of making it, we've casted it is pretty much overshadowing the any news of the New Gods. In the first place. So that's what some of the buzz is saying.
Okay.
From where I am.
All right. No, I think that's pretty fair. The X-Men at Comic-Con with few actual comics announcements. Marvel's Saturday reveal of the first 6 series to be part of its X-Men relaunch, subtitled Dawn of X, felt like a big deal, even more so in the panel room where X-Men, X-Force, and other new titles were introduced. And the excitement was palpable. If this is a sign of the reception awaiting Hickman's take on the beloved franchise, Marvel has to be very excited.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
I'll be honest,
That's going to be big.
Hickman to me, I have a good friend of mine who works with him, Brian Bodenheim. He's worked with him on many, many comics, so I've read a lot of Hickman stuff.
Right.
I find it to be very academic. I find it to be very
Doesn't matter.
I find it to be.
It's not going to be judged on the merits of its own
No.
own success. It's going to be judged on the fact that this is the MCU's take on X-Men, which means by default it is going to be a better take, even if it's not a better take, because that's what Spider-Man got over on.
Yeah.
Spider-Man had the benefit of having inferior product to replace the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
But because of the success of the Avengers, a very little known and little respected title before those movies.
Right.
Okay? Because of the success of the Avengers and the success of Iron Man, another kind of mid-tier character up until now.
Yeah.
It is widely perceived that Marvel, the Marvel brand, cannot be beat. That it's always going to do something great with whatever it's given. So judging how bad Fox dropped the ball on their X-Men movies, especially this last X-Men movie was a flop.
Yeah.
So this is just exactly the kind of fodder that MCU wants. So that last movie, that's why they brought that movie out. That movie tanked. So now any mention of X in the MCU is going to be perceived as some kind of religious revelation, as opposed to well done.
Yeah.
As opposed to just another hopeful that's going to come out. This is going to be perceived as X done right, even if they get it wrong.
I don't agree actually, because I think in the comic book world, Secret Wars was pretty bad. Like, it really wasn't good, and it didn't come out on time. So Hickman actually has a track record of not only not delivering what is anticipating and promised. No, it does matter.
Get fired. He'll get fired and then bring someone else in to do it.
I know, but that's the problem with comics these days. There's nothing sticks. Like, friend of the show, Larry from Larry's Comics up in Massachusetts was like, why are you talking about the series that come after the series that hasn't come out yet? You're also basically telling us that Matthew Rosenberg's run, which actually has been widely acclaimed, I've gotten into about half of it, and it's not bad, just didn't matter. He killed off like half the X-Men. It doesn't matter. Not that we should be surprised at that.
Okay, let's. I was talking about the MCU and the fact that the new books are going to be sanctioned by the MCU. It's going to be like a new restart.
Right.
Marvel Comics in and of itself is kind of a joke.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that with the brand, with the MCU brand and their blessing, this will be an amazing run as far as everybody's concerned. It'll be back to return to form.
Right.
Right. But the books in and of themselves, left to their own devices, probably botched the whole thing.
Two more losers for the weekend. Ruby Rose. San Diego would like to have seen the star of CW's groundbreaking Batwoman. She was supposed to be there. TV's first openly gay leading character, played by an out actress of the superhero show, was a no-show for the Saturday panel. The CW drama, though, did generate.
Was anyone warned that she wasn't?
Blamed her absence on production.
Okay.
Producers and Rose, in a social media post, blamed it. However, there was a lot of buzz and anticipation for that. So that was a loser for the weekend. A loser as well was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Disney got canceled.
Yep, Marvel's upcoming Disney Plus TV series, the ones with the same movie stars from the billion-dollar film franchises, were part of the Comic Book Titans Hall H film presentation. But the ABC drama that has long been hogtied when it comes to direct tie-ins with the MCU headed into the con with news that would end next season. Rather than having the cast take a final curtain call alongside the film and TV stars, Marvel banished its first ever primetime scripted drama to a low-energy Thursday session. And yet another sign the former disassociation between its film and TV arms is evident.
Yeah.
Imagine if what could have been...
They hamstring the entire Netflix, universe really badly. There's a meme for that, right? You've seen the Defenders meme. Yep. For Endgame, like don't worry, that portal's gonna open up at any minute. It just didn't. Have you seen that?
No,
we'll find it. I'll show it to you.
Pretty good.
It's fantastic, and it's true. You have Endgame. You have They had a chance to revitalize all of that stuff.
I know.
You could have put the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You could have put everybody in it.
I know.
They just didn't do it.
I know. All right, rounding out, I want to know, in your mind, out of all those announcements I just said. Actually, I did forget one, which is Star Trek. Supposedly, that's a big winner as well, too.
Yes.
Trek boss Alex Kurtzman came to Hall H to sell his ever-expanding universe and largely succeeded in convincing the crowd there was enough variety among his plans to sustain the franchise.
Yep.
So that was also a winner.
And so he was successful. He successfully... And that panel was successful.
And the panel was successful because, obviously, Patrick Stewart returning Hall H royalty, in addition to being an actual knight, commanded the room with the class and calm he's known for. The actor choked up speaking about his last day on the Next Gen set, and he revealed more details about Picard, including the fact that a slew of Next Gen stars will be appearing, and that series will involve the board in some way.
Yeah, they've showed the trailer, and we've seen it.
Out of everything I just mentioned, what was the biggest announcement for the weekend? What was the big, for you personally? Because here's the thing, right? You could take Marvel as a whole, but quite frankly, I want to break it down to individual announcements. What was the biggest individual announcement of the weekend for you?
It's between Star Trek and Top Gun.
Ooh, yeah. Top Gun, throwing a little monkey wrench there. I didn't see it coming.
Because I mean, it's such a potential for disaster. It's such a bad idea.
Yeah.
And when we're used to things that would typically be bad ideas turning out to be big hits.
Yeah.
So it is such a bad idea of bringing him back. And that trailer was really interesting. Not a lot in it, not a lot indicated in it, but it was interesting. And they're not hiding the fact that Tom Cruise is almost 60. And the Star Trek, of course. I'm interested in the Star Trek thing. Just to see if it could possibly be, it's a sequel to one of the most beloved series that we have in their franchise. You have to call it that. Mm-hmm. It's got this, it's got a kind of new, weird, not Trek look to it.
Yeah.
But who knows? Hopefully we're wrong about that.
Yeah.
They know what's riding on it. So yeah. I mean, I'm interested in Doctor Strange too, but not as much as those other two.
The biggest one for me,
and I mean by Doctor Strange 2, not TOO.
Yeah.
But number two,
right?
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali as Blade caught me completely off guard.
I think that's going to be great. However, I really love that first movie. That first movie is very groundbreaking. That first movie, first Blade movie, is the godfather of the MCU.
I know.
And so for them to retread that ground with a whole new, with a reboot.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be good because Marvel does good movies.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to allow it to believe that there's going to be a level of quality that it's going to be substantial. But I don't think it could have the same impact. Mm-hmm. It's just like Tron. Remember the first Tron movie?
Yeah.
It was boring as hell. But it came out in 1982, I think, 84 or whatever. It's to the point where it solely is classical because of the visuals. Mm-hmm. And it was groundbreaking in and of itself. The second one comes out, it's a better movie.
Yeah.
Action-packed movie, great. Nobody cared because it didn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
It didn't say anything new about computers. Computers are ubiquitous now. Didn't have anything.
That's actually what I'm afraid of for Top Gun. And we'll dissect this a little bit more down the line.
But see, the conventional wisdom when you saw the Tron, when you saw the visuals, like this is going to be huge. It's going to be. We're gonna see everything that we loved about the old one, but it's all gonna be streamlined and updated. It's gonna be action packed, young people running around.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a disaster.
Right.
Well, it didn't do well.
Right.
So now you got the Top Gun. The same thing could happen, but I'm just so used to people kind of threading that needle, even though the needle that they shouldn't thread. I'm so used to them successfully doing that I have high hopes for it.
All right. Well, let us know what you think. Chime in on the Facebook feed. Chime in on the YouTube feed as well too. We're on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/Secrets of the Sire. We'll go back and forth with you as we do this. It's a lot of fun to do it. All right. When we come back, we go spinning the racks. Do you like comic books and movies like The Avengers? How about TV or pop culture like Game of Thrones or Star Wars? Then you've come to the right place. Hi, I'm Michael Dolce, host of the Secrets of the Sire podcast. Joined every week by my co-host Hassan, Lord of the Radio Godwin, we bring you the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. And you never know who will drop by to chat. To date, we've welcomed actors Kevin Bacon, Paul Reiser, True Blood's Christina Anapow, and Buffy's Nicholas Brendan to the show. We've been privileged to interview rockers Chris Cornell, Macy Gray, Billy Corgan, and more. And we've even had Jackie the Joke Man himself from Howard Stern in studio to share some laughs. So join us every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on youtube.com/Secrets of the Sire for brand new episodes. Take a moment, subscribe to our channel, and be on the lookout for some major new announcements coming soon. For more info, log on to secretsofthesire.com. Welcome back to Secrets of the Sire. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Sire Digital Network. That's secretsofthesire.com, youtube.com/secretsofthesire, facebook.com/secretsofthesire, twitch.tv/secretsofthesire, and of course it becomes its own podcast that you can download on iTunes, iHeart Radio, Spotify, Google Play, all the big things. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/secretsofthesire, and we are brought to you by all of our beloved patrons. That's Craig Caruso, Einar Peterson, Matt Beyer, Ashley Haikai, Omar Morales, Brian Phillips, Steve Hovecki, Stephanie Dolce, Christina Dolce, and our brand new patron, Mr. Tom Osa. Thank you guys for supporting us. Again, go to patreon.com/secretsofthesire. And final plug, but again, this is kind of cool. Go to Instagram, Sire Studios. Follow us there. A lot of great shots live from Comic-Con, especially the ones we kind of talked about today, including the Watchmen one and all that fun stuff.
Have you covered enough there, Chief?
I think we're good. I think
Wrap it up, man.
I think we're good at this point. All right. We do this every week. We go spinning the racks.
Spin the rack. Spin that rack.
With the release of the Snyder Cut, can you release the Snyder Cut, I guess, is what everyone is hoping for. The Snyder Cut, somebody flew a banner over Comic-Con asking for, of all things, the Snyder Cut to be released. This is coming from Hollywood Reporter. Dedicated fans shelled out a whopping $1,170 to let everyone know, I guess, at Comic-Con. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's the hashtag release the Snyder Cut in the sky. The sky banner flying high over San Diego Comic-Con on Friday morning read WB.
There was a
Yeah, there was an airplane with a banner, and the ad read, trailing behind a small plane, "Hey WB, release the Snyder Cut of Justice League." Long a rallying cry for fans disappointed with the theatrical release of 2017's Justice League film. The so-called Snyder Cut is the wished-for extended
Can I ask
cut.
if you actually saw this banner, or were you drinking? Were you
Probably both.
ensconced up?
Probably both. No, I didn't see it on Friday, actually. I will be honest with you.
Okay.
I saw a lot. There is a lot to see, actually. So if anybody who has not been out to Comic-Con, really
You were the one who said you were drinking.
well, yeah, but I was drinking while I was out in Comic-Con. I mean, it's essentially this giant outdoor event now. I mean, there are, go to Sire Studios.
Yeah.
Go there on Instagram, because there's just tons of shots. There are, amusement park rides now built into displays. I mean, it
sounds great. I wish they would do that in New York. I really would.
Yeah,
I really do.
That's sarcasm. That's a sound sarcasm at the very
I'm being
least.
deadly serious here, Michael.
Since the debut of the film, which grossed a disappointing $657 million worldwide,
man,
the Snyder Cut refrain has only grown louder among a certain subset of DC Comic fans on social media.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Are you interested in seeing the Snyder Cut? Would that mean anything to you for Justice League?
To actually have to sit through 3 hours of that again?
Yeah, but I mean, it might be 3 completely different hours.
Let me ask you a
amazing
question.
Hours.
Was the Batman versus Superman director's cut any better than the theatrical?
In my opinion, it was. That's the wrong question. I'm the wrong person to ask you about
Okay.
that, because in
Was
my
it better
opinion,
to the point where you're like, wow, I'm really glad I saw that, and it changes my mind completely on the film?
Honestly, about that film?
Yeah.
Yes.
It did?
Yes.
Really?
Not is
Okay.
this film now on par with the gold standard of comic book movies that we have today?
Right.
No.
Okay.
But I did see it and go, wow, really much better. Did you ever see the director's cut of Daredevil, of Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie?
No, I have not.
It's an amazingly better movie.
Yeah?
It's an astonishingly better movie.
Okay.
And it just, to the point where you're like, why did they cut all
Yeah.
this nonsense? It's also like another great example of it, though it's kind of a little off topic. Wolfman. Do you ever see Benicio del Toro's Wolfman movie?
No.
The theatrical cut is a garbage movie.
Really?
The director's cut is an amazing movie.
All right.
And it literally goes from garbage to amazing.
I think there would be a purpose to this cut, only to kind of really complete the trifecta that he was going for. Man of Steel, I think, being the best one of the 3 to this point, and I don't see over Batman versus Superman.
Man of Steel is the best of the 3. Now, is it a good movie? Is Man of Steel a good movie? No. Could it have been a great movie?
Yeah.
Could it have been a #1 Superman movie? Yes. Very easily.
Yeah.
If they had done 5 or 6 things differently.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
you gotta
then-
wait for the Man of Steel extended cut.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna really.
Yeah.
It's gonna change it.
Yeah.
It's gonna change it.
You can have a 10-hour version of that movie. It's not going to fix it.
All right, I want to thank Calla Lily Studios for hosting us tonight. It's been a really awesome show, possibly abbreviated. We don't even know. We're not even keeping time anymore. Next week, we have our exclusive interview with the voice of Batman, Mr. Kevin Conroy. And over the next coming weeks, we're going to dive deeper into the Marvel Phase 4 announcements.
Yeah.
So check us out
See how far that goes.
next week. And yeah, this has been it's been fun and always good to do it somewhere different. Secrets of the Sire.